Hello, how you doing? My name's Les Stark. I'm a board member of the Pennsylvania Hemp Industry Council, and I'm up here in the Lehigh Valley checking on our 5-acre farm field that we planted 2 weeks from today. So let's take a look and see how the field's looking after 2 weeks. First of all, this is the field. This is our 5 acres. On the outside perimeter, you'll notice signs. And we have those signs up so that people know that this is not a marijuana crop. This is actually a field of industrial hemp. So if I look out like this way, I don't think that you guys can probably see the hemp growing. I can see it here in real life, but just to give you an idea, I'm just going to show you. We're going to walk down one row of hemp, and we'll just start here, let's say. Can you see that hemp growing? I zoomed in a little bit, but I don't want it to be blurry, so I won't zoom in real lot. But if you, as we walk along this row of hemp, you can see a lot of really small plants, but there's plenty of them. As we go down, at least in this row here, there's hardly more than a space of a few inches for the hemp. This is going to be a good row. Now there's some spots in the field that are sort of bare, and some places in the field, like where these guys are, they're still little. But there's different parts of the field that are more conducive to growing conditions, I suppose, and also several places in the field where we feel that a lot of seed was accidentally dumped. So there's some places, and we're coming up to it here, where the seed is really heavy and the growth is really heavy. But you can see even here, I mean, you see the little plants, but the whole row. There's more here. Are you seeing that on the video? These guys are kind of big. I'd say 3 or 4 inches. Lots of little ones over here. And we go down a little bit further. Can you see all them? See the babies? We're going down a little bit further, and there's lots of them growing there. See that? A little bit further. And then this area here is where the hemp was really seeded heavy. Must have came out pretty heavy. So this patch here of the densely planted hemp, let's look at that here. I'd say that's good 4 or 5 inches. This whole patch here is at least 12 or 15 feet of densely planted hemp. Now people have asked us, or have told us, well, that's planted way too close together. So they ask us, what are we going to do with that hemp? Are we going to thin it out, or are we going to let natural selection take its place and see if, because of the denseness, it might crowd out some of the weaker ones? And then down here the field goes. We're inclined to let the plants battle it out for a while and see if it thins itself out through sort of a natural selection process. And if that doesn't work, then maybe we will thin them out. But there's a few really sweet spots in the field where the growing conditions are perfect and lots of excess seed was dumped. So there might be several places, but as we go down the row you can see, or can you not see, it might be dark in the video, but there's hemp seedlings all throughout this row. And I suppose I just walked about 50 feet or so for the video. But as you go out through the field, you will see all throughout this 5-acre field there are hemp seedlings coming up. I'm trying to walk very carefully so I don't hurt the babies, because a lot of them are just precious little youngsters, like that one. So we planted here on June 1st. This was the first legal hemp field planted in Pennsylvania in over 80 years. The way I understand it is that about 3 days before we got our seed, or the day before we got our seed, which was 15 days ago, Adam Thompson and his friend and partner Abraham Ziegler became the first farmers in Pennsylvania to put seeds in the ground. They put a few seeds by hand ceremonially, and from the one news report it says they planted an acre. The next day, Justin Frederico and his partner Ben Hall from Just Ben Ag, they put in a few ceremonial seeds, and then this was the first full field that we planted June 1st, and it's 5 acres altogether. And then within the last 2 weeks, projects have gone underway in Berks County, Perry County, and all over the state. So as we continue to walk here, you'll see a lot of little ones, all throughout the field. So we hope these get big and strong too. But we're really excited. Pennsylvania Hemp Industry Council took on this project in conjunction with Lehigh University, and it's up here in the Lehigh Valley, and it's a beautiful field, and it's really beautiful to be here and to stand in this field. My own ancestors grew hemp in Pennsylvania for generations, on my mom's side and on my father's side and on my stepfather's side, and everybody that intermarried with them for generations. They were all hemp farmers, which is not too unusual. Just going to step off to the field here and show you our sign. As you can see, PHIC, Pennsylvania Hemp Industry Council, and Lehigh University Industrial Hemp Trial. There's our permit number, and it says this plot is part of the PA Industrial Hemp Trial Program implemented through the PA Department of Agriculture. Hemp is not marijuana and has no value as a drug. For more information on this program, please visit phic.org or agriculture.pa.gov. Pennsylvania Department of Agriculture. So we want people to know that you cannot pick our hemp here and get high from it. It does flower, but the flowers in the cannabis hemp plant have about 0.3% THC, and maybe even less, so this wouldn't be really enough to get a fly high. And I just want to show you, this is kind of neat. Can you see that? A dove. Is that a dove, or what kind of bird is that? When they came to check the field out a few days after planting, they say that this field was swarming with doves. very close. I'm about 15 feet behind it, trailing them. And there's little baby hemp. Be free, dove. And while I'm over here, I'll just get a last look. Some of our hemp. Sometimes grew in the most unlikely places, like around these corn stalks. There we go. Little baby hemp blowing in the breeze.